In the year 20X, a super robot named Mega Man was created. Dr. Light created Mega Man to stop the evil desires of Dr. Wily. However, after his defeat, Dr. Wily created 8 of his own robots to counter Mega Man. Hey guys, welcome to Galthim Gaming. This is the full gameplay through Mega Man 2. Without any further ado, let's get it going. Alright, welcome everybody to this full commentary on this game. Of course, the first robot I'm going to pick, you know it, you love it, it's gotta be Metal Man. So I picked Metal Man basically because his level almost feels like an intro level. It's a little easier than some of the other ones from the get-go. Metal Man himself is pretty easy from the get-go, and you get a little bit of each item. There's a place where you can get a 1-up. There's a place where you can get an E-tank. There's all kinds of things you can do here. They don't even start you out with enemies. They start you out with these little crushers here that just do a little bit of damage. I mean, it's like a quarter of your life, but still, it's not insignificant, but it's kind of where they start you, you know? Like, dodge these things, get used to the controls. If you never thought about this level that way before, you will now, because there it is. After that, they give you an opportunity. They give you all these little enemies that come out right here, and you'll quickly realize you can just stand to shoot them. So this is a great way just to burst through that first area, get hit a few times. That's okay. Come here, and you can get all filled back up with all these guys that are running around here. Now, you don't have to stand here forever and do this. This is just an introduction area. So kind of move on, and you'll start finding that they're going to give you a little bit of platforming. This is intro to platforming, if you will. If you come here later, you can get a 1-up. But this is an early level. Who cares? So here they're going to finally give you that feel like, hey, here's some other harder enemies, maybe. But then they die really easy. So it's not really that big of a deal. But again, intro to platforming, they're moving the platforms back and forth and that kind of stuff. And it's just a matter of kill the easy creatures and get to the end. It's not a very long level by any comparison. If you compare it to Crash Man, I think Crash Man's a lot longer. These guys are super easy. On difficult mode, those guys actually explode all apart, and it takes a couple hits. That is a hard jump. Not everybody makes it the first time. I'm actually surprised I did, because it's almost like a ritual that I fall into it. Anyway, already at Metal Man, because it's a very short level. Like I said, it's like an introductory level, almost. Like it's made for you to go first. And then Metal Man even has that sort of ninja look, you know, and throws metal blades and throws them in different directions. Now, he throws them in better directions than you. You can only throw in 8 directions. He can throw you, no matter what you're at. So, but easy to kill. There it is. He's done. Shoot him a few times and dodge those metal blades, and you're pretty much guaranteed. I will be revealing a few passwords along the way. I don't think you really want one that's just after Metal Man, but here we are. Of course, I'm going to pick Woodman next, because that's the next natural progression. This level is just a tiny bit longer than Metal Man. It's like this is the second one that you would come to regularly or something. And this is where we get to show off the Metal Man powers here. At first I'm like, maybe I won't do it. But I do eventually pull it out and so I could just show everybody for the rest of the game how Metal Man is awesome. Like I said, though, the first part here, I was just like totally doable with just the regular weapon, just going through, killing things, and I was like, they're dropping so many of those things. You do have a few resources here that are going to work with you. So your metal blades are going to work with you a lot through the rest of this game, because then you've noticed they give you refills all the time and they barely use any energy. So it's going to be a thing that you're going to be using pretty much the whole game. The second thing you're going to be using is Leaf Shield, which is, your first two bosses give you that. So that's going to be really cool. But the Metal Blade does have some drawbacks, but there aren't many. The drawback is whenever they don't get hurt by it, it's usually because they're completely immune to it, and you don't know until you're in the heat of battle, so now you're switching out the thing, and it kind of disrupts your kind of flow sometimes. Unless that is what you're doing, is switching between weapons, and you're going to be doing so. I do so a few times in this game, trying out new things in this playthrough, but ultimately I go to the things I know. I forgot that I could throw it downward there. Kind of a big thing to do. See? Now, these birds give you a great opportunity to go ahead and fill up your life and everything. Because see how they just appear and there's a bunch of them. And you can throw this thing and they individually drop items, which is really cool. So you could always fill up your life, fill up your bar and everything. You come down here, more rabbits. Rabbits are awesome. See, right now we would have already been at Metal Man and fighting him. But Woodman stage is just a little bit longer. Again, I'm just using Metal Man for everything. Carrots don't hurt that much. And it doesn't take a whole lot of life or a whole lot of power to use these. These guys are actually immune to the Metal Blade, but they're also, just let them jump over you. I contemplated killing them, but I was like, I'm not hurt enough. I've got like 2 points off of me and like 4 or 5 points for the Metal Blade, so I'm just like, yeah, it's not a big deal. I'll come in here and fight him and he'll die easily because he only takes 4 or 5 hits. And it's really gruesome. It's like that quick. See how well his life just melted? And just boom, he's gone. So it's a little bit longer of a level. The next level I do is, Airman, because I like to stick with my groove. I'll deviate from that after that, though. I put something out of place, and I feel like I shouldn't have, but here's a, if you want to pause it out on that screen so you can get to that far in the game whenever you play. And Airman. Airman stage is a little bit longer, a little bit harder to traverse, right? But again, Metal Blade is your friend, especially in this level where you have to shoot in multiple directions. Those little spikes coming off of this demon head, I don't know if that's some kind of classical creature or something that has some kind of significance in maybe Japanese culture in regard to the air, but it's really cool looking. And that's something that Mega Man games have always featured, is something really cool like that, like just cool art design. I mean, Mega Man's simple, but it's the little things that are great. So these are not hard to get through the first time, and it is actually slow going because of those spikes. If you notice, the spikes appear and disappear behind that thing, but it's also a disappear, like you could see through part of it whenever it does pop up. It's just how how it works there. So maybe this level isn't long. Maybe it's just slow going, and that's why it seems long. I really took a chance on that jump. If you kill the bird before the egg hits the ground, or you kill the egg, it won't break out into those little birds. At some point, if you're, not filled with your stuff, then you definitely take out all of those birds and get all of the extra that you want. These guys also really easy to spawn some items so you can keep going. These are tougher jumps between these little creatures here, because it's going to spawn the second one, and then if you time it better than I did, you can get the spikes to come up at the same time so that you don't have to worry about it. Or you could just get hit and, immunity frames right through it and not care. I call these are like my airman buddies, right? So they're like what would have been airman had Dr. Wily just been okay with it, but he had to go a little further and get like super airman instead. Wow, there's a lot of items dropping from that thing. Anyway, this next one is the most difficult. This is a really big on platforming on this level, in case you hadn't noticed. They're just training you up for something later. Little turbine guys that are like blowing air. Just wow. Anyway, Airman. He's actually really simple. Remember the rule that I said, if they're immune to Metal Blade, then use Leaf Shield? It applies here. Airman is actually completely immune to Metal Blade. See what I'm saying? Completely immune. But Leaf Shield. Goodbye. That was technically 2 hits. But the first hit took him down to like 2 points of life. So yeah, it was pretty amazing, I might say. And with that, our third boss is already done. Now we have the air shooter. Air shooter is vitally important for some later fights here. And yes, the message from Dr. Light where we're going to get one of the items. I believe this is item number 2. Yeah, there you go. Item number 2 completed. Get your weapons ready. Item 2 is really just like a air sled. It just goes straight across the screen, but it will come in handy later because there are a couple places in this game where this is really important. Here's somewhere that I deviate completely. I did not want the crush of Flashman's ability on Quickman's fight this time around, so I went ahead and went to Quickman stage first. Now the first thing I want to do is get that 1-up because I'm trying not to get any continues around here. Too close. There we go. So I'm collecting all the 1-ups I can. I'm trying not to get any continues, but 1-ups and actually all the lives are important too because it's going to be used as a thing here. I'm picking up items as I can to make sure that I don't die without any kind of weapons, but I'm also taking the opportunity here to collect as many of the 1-ups and E-tanks as I can so that later on in the game I can use those as resources. Like if I don't have enough life for a certain boss and I know that I'm going to be able to have that life if I die, then I'm going to go ahead and die because that's something you can do. When I was a kid, I always thought to myself, man, I only have 3 lives left. I don't want to die. But why not? Why not? because there's totally a resource there. Now I took a pause here because this is the hard area, and the first time I went through the lasers, I totally would have died without immune frames. Every item in this area is a trap. Don't go for them. You will die. Especially right there where I accidentally dropped on one. I would have died. I don't know how I survived it, but you can't grab that one without dying. And those are 100% kill you. Oh, remember the rule here, Metal Man doesn't work, therefore. Yep, there it is. 2 leaves. As Airman Syndrome. Now, I'm a stupid idiot, and I decided that I was going to go back to this, even though I'm totally going to be faced with another one. But as often as I play this game, for some reason, I never remember the enemy placements as well as I'd like to. I know, I'm not really a stupid idiot. Just hear the comments now. You're not stupid. Okay, here we go. We are at Quick Man. Now, Quick Man does get damaged by metal blades, but it's not really that effective because he's quick, they're quick. It makes sense. Oh, look at that. Doesn't damage him at all. I was wrong. However, this air does great. Now, I'm dying because I wasn't sure. And that's okay. Quick Man is funny because he runs real quick, but he jumps slow. And most of his animation is jumping because they didn't give him a flat surface to run on. And yet, when he does run, he runs fast on that flat surface. You see how quickly that air took him out? That doesn't hurt him at all. Leaf Shield does not hurt him at all. So the rule does not exist for Quick Man. You see how fast he ran on the surface and supposed to jumping? Like he jumped up fast, but it wasn't really towards you fast. Anyway, Quick Man is done. Get the quick boomerang here. Now I've defeated Quick Man, so there's no use to ever have a Flash Man ability except for later in Wily stages. So of course, I'm sitting here thinking, man, I just beat Quick Man? That's weird. Who should I pick next? So I return back to my previous steps, and I'm gonna go Flash Man, of course. Flash Man just because he's easy to beat with the regular gun. You don't really need anything for him. His whole level's pretty easy. It's almost like, and it makes it easier with Metal Man, I gotta be honest. His whole level is set up like you should have Crash Man already gone, though. That's the funny part. Notice I'm taking the whole maze, just killing everybody. No real reason to it, it's just, I felt like going through it all. And I always seem to screw things up around here where I could be going. I could have went and got that one up, but I didn't, and you know, because I have the item for it. This guy doesn't matter. It's gonna hurt me, but I'm gonna leave. See, these guys, I always thought when I was a kid were bad. I don't need them here. But whenever I'm, as an adult now, I'm like, oh, it's an opportunity to fill up if I need to. And of course, this guy, I just want to avoid him. Oh, I'm cutting off the screen a little bit. There we go. This is me being silly. Can't believe I I made it that far and I have like 2 life left. And I'm like, how did I even get here with no life? But then I have to make this jump. This jump is so much fun. Yeah, I failed it a bunch of times. Oops. Why don't I just use item 2? Because I wasn't thinking of it at the time. Do finally make it. Flashbang's gonna instantly kill me. I'm gonna have to start from here. But this is what I'm talking about with using your lives as a resource. I don't have any life and I know it, but I have extra lives, so just, you know, go in and see how much damage I can do to them, but really just get hit and go back in. So this next time I fight him, it's going to be a whole lot easier. Just shoot him. Now you could be going for a don't lose a life run or something like that. You could do that. And I don't care if you did. I'm just saying that as a casual gamer, I'm looking toward resources. And one of the resources in this game is lives. So I won't have to continue the entire game if I play my cards right. I am now equipped with Time Stopper. I only use it for one thing, and I refuse to use it the first time around here. On Quickman, it will take half his life away if you have a full bar of Time Stopper. Item 3, vitally important for a couple of rooms in the Wily stages. If you wanted to get to this point, there's the password for you. Bubble man, bubble man, bubble man, bubble man. Alright, I love the stage. The transitions are wonderful. I can tell, even in its 8-bit glory, that it is a wonderful waterfall that I'm running around on with these platforms and the frogs. It's just, it's pretty, right? That simple little thing they did with the animation in the background is everything that you ever needed. Like, and it's one of those things that you miss if it's not there. Like, they had an option to freeze all that and just be stagnant water or whatever, right? But they didn't. I appreciate that. Yes, technically it's sort of like blinking and probably can give you like an epilepsy warning or something, but it never did for me, so still my favorite. You can tell the transition between the waterfall and the water. I mean, everything turns green, but it's kind of a bright green, so it's like you're looking at it, and I guess technically what they were going for was some kind of like algae covered flooring and ceiling or whatever. I am really trying to jump down there without touching the wall for whatever reason. Anyway, it's like algae or something green in the tank, you know. So notice that my metal blade is not doing the damage we would like it to do. My air does nothing. I figured I'd try it. But why deny the rule? I set forth a rule, and there it is. Now the metal blades will take 2-3 hits and it'll be done, but you know, I was going to use it through this part anyway, just to kind of get through these guys, because the robotic jellyfish of doom really kind of irritate me. These jumps, just line yourself up, take it slow, and jump as far as you need. Let go when you can, because you don't want to hit the spikes anywhere. Don't want to touch them. Don't want to get knocked back into them. It'll take 2 hits from the air, or from the leaf shield, if I actually hit it. Get through those big guys. And here we are. Don't hit the ceiling on this one. Nope, do not hit the ceiling on that one. That is a big mistake. I've done it dozens of times, and you don't want to hit the ceiling. These guys are really easy. If you need to refill some stuff, now's the time. You can do it later, but it's actually easier right here. If I'd thought about it, I would have filled up some of my other, like, leaf shield, but I didn't really need it. I just need Metal Blade here. You go back out of the water and you're back into that amazing waterfall again with these falling clog lips. Yeah, they remind me of Super Mario Bros. 2 and a giant claw boss, you know? It's okay to think that way. When I was a kid, I thought they were just borrowing the same asset or something. Because what was I to know that Capcom and Nintendo were different? I was playing a Nintendo game, right? But, yeah. I was 8, 9 years old when I was playing this, so come on. Notice that short, sweet fight. Metal Blade is insanely good on Bubble Man. Pops him like 3 hits. And you don't have to do too much because he tries to fly above you, so you just kind of angle your shots. And then boom, you got Bubble Lead. Bubble Lead is the most important item in the game. I will never do Crash Man in any order except for last. I just don't like the level that much. In Heatman stage, I really love the music. I mean, all the music in this game is great, but I really like Heatman stage. So, this is a really good song. I don't know why, it's just, it rocks. So, I mean, while we're watching Heatman's longer and slightly boring stage, which, you know, immune frames help, what is your favorite music? Give me a comment down below and tell me what your favorite music for Mega Man games is. I mean, could be this game or any Mega Man game. Let's exclude Mega Man X, just Mega Man games. If you tell me what they are, I'll comment and I'll go listen to them and, you know, tell you what I think of them. Ah, yes. Item 3. I just don't want to do these puzzles, right? And they've given me enough that I don't have to. So I use item 3 here. I'm going to do the simple ones right here because what's the point in not doing them? Because it's just climb the wall, right? But then there'll be a tougher spot in a little bit. And Metal Blades will help you immensely here. You can just get through pretty much everything using them. Notice Crash Man would have made this stage easier, but I don't go to Crash Man until after. I screw up the jumps here a little bit, my timing's a bit off, but you know what, I got Metal Blades and I don't care. So here I go. How that fell on the other side, man. And there we go. By dumb luck. That was not me timing the jump, by the way. That was me trying to kill an enemy, and then luck would have it. I jumped and got the timing right. So in this part, there is a puzzle that you start here and have to jump on all the things, but I decided no. I learned this trick a long time ago. If you just come over here, wait for those things to disappear, you can just jump on your 2 and go. Do not grab this one up, it's a trap. Of course. I forgot that guy was in there, in this small little room, so. Just get hit a couple times, doesn't matter. Again, using those lives as a resource. I didn't pick up that extra life back there, but I am using these lives as a resource. Now, I wasn't sure what I wanted to use here, so I was going to try Metal Man. But unfortunately, Metal Man is not good here. This little Zippo lighter does not take Metal Blades in the face very well. It just goes dink, dink, dink. You know? I mean, it did what, 2 damage? sometimes there are animations in old games that you know should not be. And this fire is just so smooth whenever the columns come up. It's incredibly weird to me that it's that good. Now, Bebelud's gonna rip this guy a new one, so it's just corrodes this guy like no business. But, like that. But if we go back to looking at those fire things, I'm not going to go back, by the way. This is just going to be a straight playthrough. I haven't cut anything out, and I'm not going back. But if we were to go back and look at it, we would see that those animations for those fire pillars is just insanely detailed. It's like the rest of it's all running at like 15 or 30 frames a second, and those things are running at 60 for some reason. It just wows me to no end. Got item 1. Got our fire. I think it's called heat shot or something. This is only Mega Man 2, and that is the first official thing that you can charge and fire. The fire shot or whatever it is. It can actually be charged and shot, and by Mega Man 4, they finally get the hint that that is a cool thing to have no matter what. So that's where that is introduced. I may do something on that game one day, because that is one of those white whales. It's one of those things that I played as a kid and I could not beat. I could not get the hang of it. Dr. Cossack and Dr. Wily and all this other crazy stuff going on. I just could not play the game like I played this game, because whenever they gave you the Mega Buster, they also made it harder for all the enemies to die, right? So when they made the game harder and all the enemies would die, you got hit and half your life would be gone. Well, I'm a casual gamer, guys, right? I was a little older when I got to play that one anyway, but not by too much. It was 2 to 4. It was 92. Anyway. But I played 3 a lot, and 3 was great. 3 was super great because I had elements of 2 in it. But anyway, on the Crashman stage, these platforms are really easy. I rode them all the way around, and you don't have to. You could use item 1 here and not have to ride this at all. And you just get up there. Or you could be me and ride this to its bitter end, even though I could have grabbed the ladder at any time right here. But instead, I took it all the way around. Now we're in the clouds, we're still running. Notice this, I was about to switch out, but I was like, nah, but just keep with the Battle Blades. Admittedly, I am not great at this spot coming up. There's a wonderful hard hat sitting on an edge, and this guy right here has bested me several times. There it is. Bested me there, because now he's going to be back. I'm going to fall about 3 times, I think it is. It's pretty funny. I switched to different weapons, all kinds of stuff. I'm like, what is with me? In the end, I do the silliest cool thing. I thought for sure that the leaf shield was going to protect me. But no, it doesn't protect against shots. It's not really a shield. Yeah, this is what I finally end up doing. This is going to be such a silly thing, and it's going to be unbelievable. I'm all like scared to go and shooting at it, and I'm like, there. That's what I end up doing, of all things. So many ways to kill him without getting hit or doing anything, and I spent a whole lot of time doing that. Notice the screen got darker in the background, and then one more time up, we're just going to get even darker, so it's gone to nighttime. That's how long we've been in this stage, that it started at daytime and now it's gone to night. That's probably why I've capped this as like the last level that I play, because this is really where I think it encapsulates the end, right? Now we got the star field going on. Really good music. Really good music. There's no secret here. There's just me getting hit and trying to get through it and remembering where everything is. Don't worry, it gets worse here. I always thought this was the longest level, and it's probably not actually the longest level as far as things go, but it's probably the longest level for me because I like to fall down and do things like that. Then I screw up, do things like this, and don't jump. Yeah. Isn't it beautiful? This is your average casual gamer playing his average casual gaming. But this game's music is so upbeat and there's so many great things going on. How can you not love this game? And since these guys are never ending, it is a great opportunity to go ahead and fill up on life and everything else that you ever needed. Yep. So before Crash Man, you might as well just go ahead and collect everything you need and go on and get it figured out. Crash Man, I couldn't remember what to use for him. I thought maybe it was quick boomerangs at one time or whatever. I do remember finally that, you know, there's something that works really well. I am really trying to milk them for just that little extra bit of Metal Man. But not really a reason to do it, except for the dance. Okay, I will never win a speedrun event in this game because I like to do things like that. Notice that that didn't work at all. You know, Metal Blades he was immune to. The quick boomerangs he was kind of immune to. But then, air annihilated him. Beautiful star pattern, which is different from the other star patterns that they have in the other things, which is cool. And this is what I like to call the bathroom tile. That's what it reminds me of. And that little spaceship can't possibly sound like that. So he added that siren just to be in Butthead. I was gonna say something else, but yeah, I decided not to. For some reason, cursing is not part of this video yet. Best music in the entire game, probably. They start out with these enemies because they're annoying, but they can also fill up your stuff real quick. So if you find yourself lacking in any kind of weapon after trying to complete this level a few times and not being able to get through. Why did I pick 2? Anyway, 3 gets you over those walls. You need to do that a couple of times, but all the enemies in this area are literally made to pick up things for, you know, your weapons and stuff. These guys just respawn all over the place. No reason not to. See what I was doing there? Got my 3 back. And I don't know why I switched back. I knew there was a wall here. But, you know, gamer brain's gamer brain. Back to the metal blades because they are the best thing ever. Back to item 3 because it's getting me out of here. And then one more 1-up because we're gonna need it. And a lucky 3-shot because you can't always do that. That's okay though. This guy takes a lot of hits with the metal blade, but he does die to it. Take the small one there and then get 3 back up. So the Dr. Wily stages, the concept is you're in here the whole time. And so you're not going to be able to go back to base and fill up your weaponry. So you kind of have to manage what you're doing with them the whole time, right? So right now, the reason why I'm flipping back and forth to actually fill up is because I don't get another chance at full on the next stage. This stage is it. Oops. These guys died of quick boomerangs, so just so you know. And now I have to flip to item 1 because there's no way across this otherwise. The reason for this gap is just unclear. I guess it was just to give you a reason to use the extra items. But, yeah, I don't know. No reason to kill these guys. They can't touch you. They can't walk through. They can't get through the, anything. You can just keep climbing and you'll be okay. A little bit of fake bamboo, it looks like, right there. Do a little dance right before I commit basic suicide here. Because the scrolling platform doesn't scroll at the same speed as the actual camera does whenever you're walking. And so when it takes over, notice I'm jumping, but it's the auto scrolled. So I have to stop for a second to kind of get my bearings. And when I do, the dragon comes up and kills me. So here I am back at this again, and I am not the best at this jumping thing up here, so my item 1 is severely lacking at some point. Notice I'm already halfway down on the metal blades because I'm not killing anything that's actually, you know, giving me any power-ups anymore. The beginning of the level had a lot of that, and you could run back to the beginning level if you want to collect all you can. And I screwed up and fell. I feel like I recorded it wrong and cut off the bottom. I don't know what happened, but it's cutting it off. All right, we'll do better this time. I don't have any number 1 item stuff left though, so we'll have to pick some up later. I will have an opportunity later. Okay, this boss is first a jumping boss, so this is insanely hard. Once you get here, it starts auto-scrolling. Now, notice I didn't lose my bearings this time. I just kept going because I didn't want to run into the dragon here. If you get hit, you easily fall off these things, so you don't really want to fall off. Quickman boomerangs will take them out really quickly, but so will one shot of a charged heat shot, as I remember as a kid. Because I didn't even know Quickman's boomerangs could hit it whenever I was a kid, so I just used the Heatman shot. That's how I beat it. This is neat because it reminds me of a power plant or maybe a data center. Like nowadays, it would remind me of like a data center with giant 80s spinning discs or something. But it's more like magnetic gyros that are probably filling up, you know, powering the entire place or something, you know? I grabbed that before I could grab number 1. So, item 2. I took the wrong path here. I want you to know, I took the wrong path. If I would have taken the other path, everything would have been great. But nope, took the wrong path. There's something to be said for those crash bombs, though, because I need every single one of them. So the fact that I got to collect things right back over like that, that was great. But now I don't get to collect that extra 1-up, or, you know, possibly 2 1-ups, depending. Now I'm in a room that's empty with spikes at the bottom. But hey, here is an opportunity to fill up on everything I have. These screw things are great. There's another 1-up right there. So I do have an extra 1-up at least that I could have got, that I got off of probably internal points somewhere. I think they drop after so many kills or something. Or have a chance to drop on so many kills. I didn't really do my Mega Man 2 research to find out when the 1-ups drop. They are completely random to me, but I know that's not true. I got most of the way through it, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I could probably go fill up the rest of my stuff. So this level does take a little longer for me, because I want to be able to fill up all of these. And getting hit doesn't matter to me, because this is an area where I'm going to get all my life back. Right? So there's not going to be any problems here. I'm just going to kill these things, get my life back, get my other stuff filled, and then move on. This will be the last really good chance for that. After that, we don't have any great chances for filling up life or anything. There we go. Notice I'm getting life things as I am also getting the other things filled. And we will move on as soon as I feel like I am ready. I had to make sure that my crash bombs are completely full, because that comes in handy in the 4th Dr. Wily stage. I will not use those anymore on purpose. So, got a little bit of stuff going on. Now, Quick Man's boomerangs are actually really good too for a lot of things, but just the metal blades seem to go through things a lot better. Now, you guys might be thinking, man, why did he go through so much effort to fill all these things back up? Well, because later on you'll see, I need it. I am not 100% at this game, you know? Now I finally get to use the number 3 here. Climb up this wall. And for pure gamer hubris, just wait, guys. Just wait just a minute here. You're about to see the pure gamer hubris at work. Number 1, thought I was there. Number 2, here's the boss. Well, not right here, but, you know, coming up right here. This boss is like a sentry bot system or something, drops you in a security hole and they come out and kill you. Each one's slightly faster than the other, and, you know, you get hit, and as you get hit, it hurts you. Well, I thought, man, look at all that life I have. I'm good to go. And then one of them ends up hitting me. That one. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, that one hits me too. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't get hit again. And these two come up and I'm like, oh, I can hit him before he... No. That was gaming hubris right there. I thought I could get him. Because it's such an easy boss, right? No. I screwed it up. I admit. It was all me. So we gotta go through all of that again. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time filling up my stuff either. We just spent all that time. I'm just trying to get through this corridor. Notice I look back longingly, thinking, do I fill up item number 3? This will come to bite me later, don't worry. Notice I learned my lesson there. Move forward just a little bit so I didn't get hit again. Yeah, those are like giant magnetons or generators trying to make power. Notice I'm staying in the core area right now because I know where those guys are actually going to pop up. Here's how horrible this is. I got hit by it again, but it was the second to last one. But now we're moving on to the next level. The next level is pretty and purple. It's a little different. Oh, this isn't the pretty purple one yet, is it? No, this is the water one. Yeah. I was wrong. It's okay. My partner would tell you that that is often the case. Where are all the fish? Seems so empty, doesn't it? But there's the fish. This is reminiscent, like they redo that entire section or something, it feels like, in one of the stages in Mega Man 3. But that is a daunting little area right there to fall down in this hole. And notice I'm going to do this little jump thing again where I slide off the edge because I don't want to go toward the wall. That's what I was practicing earlier with Bubble Man, and I kept on landing it outside the spot. That guy took revenge for me killing his friend so easily. I don't remember what to use for this guy, so it takes me a few tries, but then I remember exactly what to use, and it takes him out pretty quickly. Yeah. So I keep using the metal blade, and I think the metal blade would actually work if I knew where to shoot it. And I was like, air? Air doesn't work at all because it gets blocked by his fist. When in doubt, leaf shield. I knew that wasn't going to work, and I knew the bubble lead wasn't going to work either. Should have just known. But when I used an odd one. It was pretty hilarious. That gave me enough pause to figure out what was going on with it, and so I knew what to use. Not the metal blades. And took it right out like that. So, Quick Man's boomerangs right here. So the next level is purple. Notice I didn't have a chance in that entire level to get any sort of power-up refills. And this level is very void of them. They have just a couple sitting here, and I decided to fill up Flash Man because I know that Quick Man is coming up later. Because we have to face all 8 bosses at some point. But that's not this level. This level is something different. Take that one out. We're gonna come back over here. We're gonna do something else that's kind of fun. We're gonna kill this guy here. Why? I have no idea, because I don't really need to. As a matter of fact, if I climbed up all the way to the top and just tried to run past him, it wouldn't matter. Because I could just climb on this ladder here and be done with it. But no. I am silly and decided that this was going to be a great idea. Fall back in there. But it was me trying to test. The best way to test for holes in the ground, besides jumping under them like that, is actually to use bubble lead. Bubble lead will tell you if there's something there or not. There's 2 up there. I'm not going to use bubble lead, but I kind of luck out here. I used the silliest thing in the world for this, which kind of bites me later. If I don't do something perfect later, this would have really hurt me. So I know that those pits are about 2 blocks long, so I just jumped over it like that. This is a cluster that I did totally wrong. But, you know, I got well paid for it. You can see there's a jump there, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll just go and jump it. It doesn't work that way. So, learn from my mistakes. Just use item 1 as it comes, and just jump in there and get that thing and run. That's the best way to do it. Get that energy tank. 5 lives, a few energy tanks. We can get this done. This looks like a great place for those screw things, but no screw things come in. So, oh well. Ooh, don't drop here. Because you'll fall right into spikes. As a matter of fact, you'll see in a few minutes my controller gives out for whatever reason, and I am in spikes anyway. I got it back working for, you know, enough to get through this game, so it was alright. How did that Mega Man extra life fall through me? You can technically use those as a place to go ahead and refill, but it's not really the best place. But in a pinch, if you need the refill things, that is a great place to do it. If you haven't been using them too much, then you don't have to worry about it, but really, you're toward the end of the game now, so you can use it a little bit more. And this is the room where my controller decided it's going to just screw up. So, give it a second here. Doing good. Doing good. Luckily, Mega Man jumps, and that is the last little bit that my controller is doing right here. I'm standing there, I'm freaking out. I'm going, wait a minute, what's going on? They hit me into the spikes and I die. Alright, so I just decide that I'm gonna keep going. I mean, what else can I do, right? I lost a life for no reason, and here I do that stupid thing again. I have a habit of letting go of the things so I can just fall into the next room, and unfortunately falling into this room is a bad idea. There are a lot of places in this you don't have to follow the full thing. You can jump off early if you want to. I was trying a little bit of reconnaissance here to see if this would be a viable place to start collecting items, but I really think that collecting items there is just going to be a bigger pain than it's worth. This obviously has no enemies, so I'm not going to be able to do anything there. This is just a technical jump a couple times. So then the third one here, thing I don't want to see again, they are actually, it's a little easier, a little more capable probably if you stand on that ledge at the bottom to go ahead and kill a few of the enemies that are coming toward from one direction, but not the other. And then you'd have to get them awful close to be able to collect the items, or get hurt on purpose to fall into the spike pit and collect the items. So that wasn't going to happen. I really did not want to mess with another platform. Item 2, go. I didn't know this guy was down here, but I knew it was safe to fall. Pretty cool, huh? You're giving me my power back for it. I decided that I did not want to continue doing this area. So here I am, just killing off these guys and trying to get the hell out of here. It's right next to the end of it. I don't need to do anything else anymore. Why did I pick Heat Man? These guys, you can walk back and forth, but you're going to get hit a little more. They don't have a high drop rate like some of the other ones. And this is the security system of some kind, where you have to use crash bombs basically to hit all of those little blue nodes. Unfortunately, some of them are behind the barriers that can only be blown up with crash bombs as well. See, I can't kill them with anything else. Should have went down instead of around, but grand scheme of things, it doesn't make a difference. Item 1 will not appear because I'm too close to quarters. Item 3 is my only choice, and I have barely any power left on it, so the fact that I got hit and then jumped and made it out of there was miraculous. 2 energy tanks, 1 level. Fun time. I have crash bombs, just enough to get through this. I don't even care about getting hit in this level. I can use item 1 to get out of this jam, luckily. And it takes me a few item 1s to get this figured out. This last one is difficult because I only get 1 shot left for crash bombs, and yeah. If you try to take out that wall, it's a no-go. Then I'm starting to think about my options, right? Because I'm like, how am I going to get up there? Because I've been trying this one, and I'm getting pretty frustrated by this one. And then I just jump up there, like I'm a pro or something. I never can make those kind of jumps. Anyway, notice I took a lot of hits, and the crash bombs are empty. It's just the way it is. It's just the way the Galthim crumbles. Worst stage ever. They put these in every game, and I hate them every time. But, hey, I have lives, I have life, I have some magic powers left. Some is greater than others. Gotta switch the bubble lead. There you go. See? Took him out. No problem. As we move on, we will see more or less of me getting my butt handed to me by these newly recharged robots. I almost died to Airman, and then he almost put the recharge box like right there on the portal so I couldn't even get it. Just remember those words because it comes into play later. My metal blades are dwindling, and Woodman took me out. It's okay. Heat Man does do something, but it doesn't do a lot. I expected to do a lot more. So, of course, back to the metal blades. I just wanted to use it enough to get it out of there. Don't get a whole lot of life for these guys, and if you miss one of those because it gets put on the portal, it really, really hurts. Bubble Man, that's good, because it only takes a couple metal blades here. Speaking of somebody that almost put it on the portal. Quick Man, I finally get to show you something that happens with Flash Man. The Flash Man power goes by a lot, but it does harm Quick Man while he's like flying around trying to do things. And then you can use air on him, so it'll be okay. And then I couldn't collect the life. So my next guy is basically, I'm probably going to die to the next one. Right? Why did I pick quick? Oh. I literally wanted him to kill me because I have lives to give. So I can go in there, I can use my life, and then be done with it. Flashman! I wanted to try it. It didn't work, but I wanted to try it. Metal Blades for the win again. That is not the best, though. Metal Man is the greatest because you know what he's weak against the most? Metal Blades. One shot kills him. Unbelievable. And now time for Quick Man. I'm just going to use air on because... Oh, Crash Man, I'm sorry. They jump around the same, what can I say? And there he is. He's gone. Now there's a new portal. It was the final boss of the land. I couldn't remember what it took to hit, but I start out doing all kinds of weird stuff, then I finally just get around to doing what I'm supposed to. I am out of metal blades. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna go ahead and use everything else I've been trying to use. But alas, I have died. But I don't have any metal blades left, so what am I gonna do? Well, the regular shot does work, thankfully. I'm gonna go ahead and use that last energy tank that I have. Now I can hurt him with the quick boomerangs. Notice I just barely got him too. I'm not the greatest at this, but you know, it helped. This is the final stage, and it is the scariest stage. Somebody in the design team decided that this stage requires no music, and you're just gonna fall several screens, and then you're gonna hear this creepy dripping. And it's like acid or something, because it'll hurt you whenever it hits you. It's just that noise. Is that not the craziest thing? It's funny what they could do with an 8-bit video game system and the sound that it was capable of. I know for a fact Bubble Lead is the last boss's thing. A long time ago, I committed that to memory. Okay, so a couple of things that are a mind trip here. He goes in a simple figure 8 pattern and shoots about 8 shots per figure 8 pattern. Well, infinity symbol. Because it's so he'll shoot shots about 8 times during that, and it'll be shot directly toward you, which is okay. You can jump over it, easily dodge it. The only problem is it's the same color as the star field, and when you're getting into this fight, you're going to start noticing that you're going to feel like you're running faster left than you are right, or right than you are left. It's simply not true. It is an effect on your brain because of what you see here. Now, I almost beat him here, but a few sad mistakes got me. So I got to go through this whole no sound all over again, right? Got nothing left almost. I'm not saying anything, so there's a creepy effect going on. And there we are. Alright, now he's going to do that infinity pattern again. And I am going to jump right into the first shot because I'm weird. But, you know, if you can just dodge those shots and meet him headlong in the middle, just like that, you should have no problem taking him out with a Bubble Lead. Just one shot at a time. Boom. Boom. Try not to get hit. Keep attacking just like that. And we're almost done. There's no way to refill your items in here, by the way. You have to commit to killing yourself and continuing to be able to fill up your items. But there you have it. Figure 8 pattern, just keep shooting that. You'll find out that it was just a robot that he was controlling the whole time, kind of an illusion. So, there you go. Comes out and begs for his life a little bit. I don't think Mega Man would actually kill him for this, though. Apparently he doesn't, because, hey, you know, Mega Man 3 comes out and Dr. Wily is the main villain again. So here's Mega Man just walking through. They're playing with color palettes. I don't know exactly what it means, except it feels like maybe peaceful, like he has brought peace back to the world, right? And this is everything that he wanted. This is really all they've been striving for the whole time, is just to bring peace back, and they ate robots in Wily's stronghold. That kind of put a damper on things, you know? Choose to believe that he's allowed to just be a lab assistant again instead of have to be a tool for destruction. And of course, they knew that they had a real banger here. So of course they put this song in right now. Well, guys, that is it. That is everything for this episode. I'm going to let the credits play as background music here, but I just want to say, hey, if you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, comment below, and hey, definitely check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Galthim Gaming. You can get exclusive content and some early access videos for just $1 a month. It's really just starting up right now, but I will have a lot more content on there. I do typically launch these videos 5 days early on Patreon, so you know, if you want to see these videos a little bit earlier, please head on over there and just take a look. If you want to wait for the YouTube one to come out, that is fine for me as well. I am okay with that, because I would really like my Patreon to pick up, but at the same time, I understand. I just want to bring you great content at the end of the day. But yes, if you guys are willing, please head over to patreon.com, take a look at what's going on over there, and you know, at least become a free member. I do have free stuff that comes out all the time for you. So until then, until next time, stay up, stay safe, game on. Hey guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're about to see a couple of videos that YouTube thinks that you're really gonna love. And I really hope you do too, because I made them. Stay up, stay safe, game on, have a great night, visit the Patreon, all that jazz, like, subscribe. Thanks, bye.